Welcome into Point Blank, brought to you by Fitz Roofing. I'm Brandon Strange of Sports Map Houston. He's Joe Blank, ESPN 97.5, 92.5. If you have not hit subscribe on the channel yet, what are you waiting for, man? 7 videos a week, all Houston sports related. You got to do it. Joel, we didn't get to this last week, but I wanted to circle back to you about this because ESPN's Mike Schmitz wrote up a preview on the NBA 2021 draft. He has a quote from a high-ranking NBA executive, unnamed, of course, which means he'll probably just retract this. But he says there are years where the number one pick in the draft would never be the number one pick again. Some drafts lack that number one pick. This one's legit, he says. I'm a big fan. There's legit star power in the top 5. That's the quote. So that's pretty exciting since the Rockets are vying for one of those top 4 picks. We'll find out next Tuesday where they'll be drafting. Before we get to the who's and the where's and the why's, I want to get your opinion. Do you share Mike's unnamed executive opinion that the top of this draft is stacked? Do you share that opinion?
I could, but let me say this. I think that the draft has changed so much from the days in which in the top 5 you could have gotten Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, or LeBron James. You're not drafting on star power that's established these days. You're drafting on potential. Potential can get guys extensions and get you all-stars and franchise players. Potential can also get a lot of people fired because you're drafting kids right out of high school that are unproven, that haven't matured, they haven't filled out, and so you just don't know. There's more question marks than there's answered in the lottery these days. So I think that it's not like it used to be where you were guaranteed a star player and a franchise-changing player if you got a top 5 pick. With that being said, there is some good young talent. It's so essential for the Rockets that you either get one of the top 2 or you may want to consider getting out and trading down because I don't think with their timeline, the players at 3, 4, and 5 are going to be guys that can help them soon enough to get them where they want to go.
Joel, I do want to get into the who and the why, but before we do that, who should everyone's number one choice be for home repair?
Absolutely, it's Fitz Roofing because if you need a leaky roof repaired, if you want to put a new roof on your home or your business, there's only one place to call. It's Fitz Roofing, and now they've expanded their practice to also include home repairs, fences for your yard, and so many more things. All you got to do is go to fitzroofing.com or call them for a free no-obligation inspection. 832-521-3000, and when they come to you, they tell you what they can do. Costs you absolutely nothing. They're great people, always taking care of the people of Houston. Fitz Roofing, making a difference one home at a time.
The guys projected to go at the top in no particular order are Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, Evan Mobley, Jalen Suggs, and Jonathan Kuminga. Out of that group of potential or those prospects, who are 2 standouts to you that you think can make an immediate impact on this Rockets roster?
I think there's no other choice for the Houston Rockets unless they get number 1 or number 2 and get Cunningham or Suggs. Because Green and Kuminga are guys coming out of high school. Yeah, they played in the G League for a year, but they're so young and they're so raw that it's going to take 3 or 4 years before they really grow into their own and develop, and the Rockets don't have that much time to wait. Even a guy like Mobley, he's a 7-footer. He looks a lot like Chris Bosh, but he looks like Chris Bosh before he had an easy tag to go through the drive-through 4 times a day and put on some weight, some muscle, and fill out and become a man's man to play against grown men every night. So therefore, I think that it's such an exact science, and in so many ways it's a crapshoot to say who in the top 5 can help you and how long is it going to take. From the Rockets, from the standpoint that they want to rebuild sooner rather than later, from the standpoint they want guys that are going to blend with guys they already have that are young and talented like a Porter Jr. and a Martin, then I think that it's either Suggs or Cunningham, and I think that's where it ends because every other guy on that list is going to take several years to develop, and I don't think the Rockets have that much time to actually sit around and wait.
Well, we know the West is stacked with good teams. Are the Rockets in the West a draft pick away from being back in the playoffs, or are they most likely to be in the lottery again? And if they are, if that's the case, is it better for the long-term healthy organization for them to be in the lottery again?
They are definitely not one pick away from making the playoffs. They are not definitely one pick away from even having a winning record. They won 17 games last year. There's a lot more wrong with this team than there is right. So you want to get going in the right direction. General manager Rafael Stone continues to say, we're chasing championships. We're trying to win now. I don't know how that's possible with who's available in the top 5 and with how many cap restrictions and limitations they have. So it's very, very important just to get the process going in the right direction. They keep their own pick this year and get a top 4 pick. But how soon that means the turnaround can happen, still to me, realistically, is 3 to 5 years.